all of you are in my heart. And I love you very much. And I want you people to come as soldiers to fight with me. It's possible with the power of love, with the power of love, with the power of love.
try to understand that you have worked really hard so far and you wanted to do much more than you have been able to do. That was your desire and it will work out. Definitely it will work out. If your desire is strong, things will work out.
ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. வணக்கம் எல்லோருக்கும். நாம் கவனத்தை நம் இதய சக்கரத்திற்கு, நம் ஆத்மாவிற்கு எடுத்து வருவோம். நம் வலது கையை இதயத்தில் வைத்து மூன்று தடவை ஸ்ரீ சச்சித் ஆனந்த ரூபம் சிவோகம் சிவோகம், நம் ஆத்மாவின் மகிமையை மந்திர ஸ்லோகமாக நாம் கூட்டாக பாடுவோம். சச்சிதானந்த ரூபம் சிவோகம் சிவோகம், சச்சிதானந்த ரூபம் சிவோகம் சிவோகம், சச்சிதானந்த ரூபம் சிவோகம் சிவோகம். அப்படியே கவனத்தை நம் சஹஸ்ரார சக்கரத்திற்கு உச்சந்தலைக்கு எடுத்து வருவோம். நம் வலது கையை, வலது உள்ளங்கையை நம் உச்சந்தலையில் வைத்து மெதுவாக அழுத்தி ஓம் என்னும் பிரணவ மந்திரத்தை 3 தடவை கூட்டாக பாடுவோம். மூச்சை நன்றாக உள்ளே இழுத்து இப்போது நாம் குண்டலினி சக்தி எழுப்பி கவசமிட்டுக் கொள்ளலாம். முதல் தடவை மூலாதாரத்தில் ஆரம்பித்து சஹஸ்ராரத்திற்கு மேலே. ஒரு முடிச்சு. இரண்டாம் தரம் இரண்டு முடிச்சுகள். மூன்றாம் தரம் மூன்று முடிச்சுகள். ஒரு இடமிருந்து வலமாக 7 கவசங்கள். மூலாதாரம், சுவாதிஸ்தானம், நாபி பவசாகரம், இருதயம், விஷுதி, ஆக்ஞா, சஹஸ்ராரம். போது இரண்டு கைகளும் மடி மீது இருக்கட்டும். நாம் 3 மகா மந்திரங்களை பாடல் வழியாக கேட்டு தியானிப்போம்.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीमहालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
ஸோ தொடர்ந்து நமது கவனத்தை சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் வைத்திருப்போம். எமது இருதயத்தின் இருப்பிடம் எமது சஹஸ்ராரம். எனவே நாம் சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் கவனத்தை போடும் போது நமது இருதயத்திலும் கவனம் முழுமையாக இருக்கிறது. கடந்த வகுப்புகளில் நாம் இருதய சக்கரத்தை பற்றி பார்த்தோம். நமது நடு இருதயம், இடது இருதயம், வலது இருதயம். நடு இருதயம் நமது உலகத்தாயான ஸ்ரீ ஜகத் அம்பா, ஜகத்தின் அம்பாவின் அன்பையும் பாதுகாப்பையும் நமக்கு தருகிறது. நமது இடது இருதயம் ஆத்மாவின் இருப்பிடம், தாய் அன்பு. நமது வலது இருதயம் நமது தர்மத்தின் எல்லை, தந்தையின் அன்பு. இருதய சக்கரம் மிகவும் முக்கியமான ஒன்று. கடந்த வகுப்பில் நாம் ஸ்ரீராம பிரானின் அவதாரம் பற்றிய விளக்கத்தை பார்த்தோம். ஸ்ரீராமா வருகையால் எமது வலது பக்கம் உருவாக்கப்பட்டது. மனோபலம், அவர் எமக்கு மனோபலத்தை தந்தார். அதாவது வலது பக்கம் மனோபலம். அது வலது பக்கம். எனவே நல்லெண்ணத்தை எவ்வாறு உருவாக்குவது? முதலில் தலைவர் தியாகம் செய்ய வேண்டும். ஒரு தலைவர் எப்படி இருக்க வேண்டும் என்ற விளக்கத்தை எமக்கு தந்தார். தலைவர் முதலில் தியாகம் செய்யும் பொழுதே அவர் மற்றவர்களின் நம்பிக்கையை பெற்றுக் கொள்கிறார். மேலும் மக்களின் ஒழுக்கத்தையும் நல்லெண்ணத்தையும் காக்க எவ்வளவு தூரம் தியாகம் செய்ய முடியும் என்பதை காட்ட வேண்டும். ஸ்ரீராம பிரானின் வாழ்வில் அவர் அதை காட்டினார். ஒரு நிலையில் தனது சக்தியை, அவருடைய சக்தியான ஸ்ரீ சீதா பிராட்டியாரையே தியாகம் செய்தவர். எனவே ஸ்ரீராமனின் வருகையால் வலது பக்கம் உருவாக்கப்பட்டது. ஏனென்றால் அவர் மக்கள் மத்தியில் அவர்கள் ஆளப்பட வேண்டும், அவர்கள் அராஜகவாதிகளாக இருக்கக்கூடாது என்ற விழிப்புணர்வை உருவாக்கும் பாதையை காட்டினார். ஒரு கூட்டு விஷயத்தை ஒழுங்கமைக்கவும் ஒருங்கிணைக்கவும் மற்றும் செயல்படவும் ஒரு தலைவர் இருக்க வேண்டும் என்ற உண்மையை எடுத்துரைத்தார். எனவே நாம் நமக்கு தலைவர் வேண்டும், மக்களை பாதுகாத்து கூட்டாக அவர்களை ஒருங்கிணைக்க ஒரு நல்ல தலைவர் இருக்க வேண்டியது அவசியமாகிறது என்பதை ஸ்ரீராம பிரான் நமக்கு எடுத்துரைத்தார். இன்று நாம் எமது இருதய சக்கரத்தின் முக்கியத்துவத்தை பார்ப்போம். சயோகாவில் இருதய சக்கரம் மிகவும் முக்கியமானது. தியானம் என்பது நாம் எம்மை உள்ளாய்வு செய்து எம்மை திருத்திக் கொள்வது. எம்மிடம் சில நல்ல குணங்கள் இருக்கிறது, சில தேவையில்லாத பழக்க வழக்கங்கள் குணங்கள் இருக்கிறது. நமக்கு இவை தெரியலாம். இந்த நல்ல குணம் எனக்குள் இருக்கிறது, இந்த கூடாத குணம் எனக்குள் இருக்கிறது, இது போக வேண்டும் என்று. ஆனால் எமக்கு தெரியாமல் எமக்குள் நல்ல குணங்கள் இருக்கின்றது, அதே போல் கூடாத குணங்களும் இருக்கின்றது. எனவே தியானத்தில் முழுமையாக நாம் எம்மை திறக்க வேண்டும். எமது குருவுக்கு நாம் எம்மை முழுமையாக எமது இதயத்தை திறந்து குருவிடம் கேட்க வேண்டும். தாயே, எனக்குள் இருக்கும் நற்பண்புகளின் மகிமையை நான் மகிழ்ந்து அனுபவிக்கவும், எனக்குள் எனக்கே தெரிந்தும் தெரியாமலும் இருக்கும் தீய குணங்கள் அனைத்தையும் விலக்கவும் எனக்கு அருள் புரியுங்கள். முழுமையாக ஒரு களங்கம் இல்லாமல், ஒரு பயமும் இல்லாமல் நாம் குழந்தை போல் குருவுக்கு முன் எம்மை முழுமையாக, எமது இருதயத்தை முழுமையாக நாம் திறக்க வேண்டும். நாம் எதையும் ஒழிக்க முடியாது, ஒளிவு மறைவு இருக்கக்கூடாது. மனம் திறந்து நாம் கேட்க வேண்டும். தாயே, எம்மை முழுமையாக தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள், எமது இதயத்தை முழுமையாக தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள். எந்த பிரச்சனையானாலும் எமது இடது நாடி பாதிப்போ வலது நாடி பாதிப்போ எதுவாயினும் நாம் இதயத்தை முழுமையாக திறக்கும் போது தன் நம்பிக்கையோடு, இறை நம்பிக்கையோடு எமது குரு ஒரு அன்னை ஆவார். அன்னையின் அன்பை நாம் உணர்ந்திருக்கின்றோம். எமது சொந்த தாய் மூலம், எமக்கு பிறப்பை தந்த தாய் மூலம் நாம் அன்னையின் அன்பை உணர்ந்திருக்கின்றோம். அன்னை என்பவர் அவருடைய ஆணவத்தை குழந்தை எப்பவுமே உணரமாட்டாது. அன்பு காட்டுவதிலும் திருத்துவதிலும் நாம் அவரின் அன்பை மட்டுமே உணர்வோம். எனவே நாம் என் மனதை முழுமையாக திறப்போம். எமக்குள் இருக்கும் அனைத்து நற்பண்புகளையும் நினைத்து நாம் அதற்கு நன்றி கூறுவோம். மற்றும் எமக்குள் இருக்கும் பிரச்சனைகள், தேவையில்லாத பழக்க வழக்கங்கள், குணங்கள் என்பவற்றை நாம் முழுமையாக அன்னையிடம் திறந்து அவரிடம் நாம் விட்டுவிடுவோம். எமது முழு கவனமும் தலை உச்சியில். இப்பொழுது எமது தலை உச்சியிலும் இரு கைகளிலும் நாம் அவதானிப்போம் என்ன உணர்கிறோம் என்று. ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி எமக்கு அமைதியான தியான நிலையை தாருங்கள். நான் எனது எண்ணங்கள் அனைத்தையும் மன்னித்து விடுப்பேன். இப்பொழுது நாம் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி சொல்கிறார்கள், நீங்கள் உங்கள் இதயத்தில் தூய்மையாக இருக்கும் போது அனைத்தும் நன்றாக வேலை செய்யும். இது மிகவும் எளிமையான உறவு. இது நாம் அனைவரும் உணர்ந்தது. நாம் நம் தாயை எப்படி நேசிக்க வேண்டும், அவருடைய வழிகாட்டுதலின் கீழ் மற்றும் அவரது பாதுகாப்பின் கீழ் நாம் எப்படி இருக்க வேண்டும் என்பதை நாம் குழந்தை பருவத்தில் எமக்கு பிறப்பை தந்த தாய் மூலமாக நாம் அறிந்து கொண்ட ஒன்று. எனவே ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியின் அன்பையும் நாம் எளிமையாக விளங்கிக் கொள்ளலாம். அதே அன்பு, அதே தாய் அன்பு. இப்பொழுது நாம் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியின் உரையை நாம் கேட்கலாம்.
So like when you are very small, your mother looks after you. In the same way, this Mahakali looks after you. Then the Mahasaraswati power comes in, and she educates you, she gives you other ideas of knowledge, this, that. But looking after the child in you, looking after your innocence and your compassion is all done by this Mahakali power. So she is extremely sensitive about her children. Nobody dare touch her children. For her, everybody is like a child. Those who are realized so specially, she thinks are children. And in no way they should be hurt. Nothing should happen to them. She is always following them. One can say if she is a person, how does he follow them? Because she is omnipresent. She is present everywhere. Everywhere. in your life she is there. Especially with Sahajogis, she follows them up and down. Everywhere, whatever you are doing, you are in an accident, she's there to save you. She's like an angel behind you. And nothing can happen to you if you really worship her from your full heart. Not for any gain, not for any achievement, but for her blessings. Her blessings are very great, and they really have enriched human beings. They have enriched this earth. They have enriched everything because of the blessings of Mahakali. Of course, then there comes the Mahalakshmi. Her thing is that in Mahalakshmi principle you become sort of detached. You start finding that what is this world after all? And a kind of a feeling of detachment comes into you, and you start thinking that there must be something better. There must be truth beyond. Especially people who have been tortured by bad people always think like that there must be someone who will raise us from this. Here comes the Mahalakshmi principle in you, which is the principle of the goddess of ascent. She puts the ideas in your head that what is next? What do we have to do? After all, is this the end of our life? What is the purpose of this life? Why have we come on this earth? What is so special that we should live on this earth? All such fundamental questions start rising. And then he just take to the seeking. In that also you have to understand the Mahalakshmi principle is very, very, very different from what people understand. They think if they are seeking, it should be intelligible, it should be through their minds, or could be rational, all this, or scientific. That's how they move, seeking the truth. It's not possible. Mahalakshmi's principle is like this, that you should have earnest desire to know the truth and truth and truth and nothing else. When you think like that, then you will not take to other things. So many people took to drugs thinking that by doing that they will achieve their self-realization. It's a wrong idea. How can you get away from your awareness can achieve that? So awareness is the most important thing. If you can go into the realm of awareness, then you have to understand the basic awareness is not to be lost. If your basic awareness is lost through drinking or through drugs or all these things that people do, they think that they are seeking, that's why they are doing. So sometimes they take excuse of seeking to do wrong things. It's like a revenge on yourself, I think, that you want to revenge yourself by thinking that you are now seeking. It's not the real seeking. In a real seeking, a person has to just meditate and should find out what is the right way. But that too by not reading some books or listening to some false gurus. Actually, Kundalini awakening is the only way one can know the reality. There's no other way out. But nobody tells them that it is Kundalini awakening. They'll tell you, we'll go to this place, then to that place, then move to that place, then this has to be done, and ultimately where do you come? Where you started. It's just like that, moving from places to places, moving from false to another false, to another false, to falsehood. Ultimately, so many seekers have been lost. So many have been lost because they thought that certain type of is very precious. Seeking is very precious because you can pay lots of money to the guru. I mean, you can purchase the guru. And so all the rich people can become enlightened. That means that. But I don't think the percentage of good people are only rich. The people who are good, whether they are rich or not is not the point. But such people try to gather around a person because I think there's a subtle ego of their money, that we can afford to buy this, buy that. Once I was in America and there was one lady who came to see me, and she didn't know that I was a spiritual person. So she said, now there's a very good guru who has come to America. I said, really, what does he do? He said, there's a sale on. I said, really? You can pay him half the amount. He can give you his blessings, all right. Then next week she said, now the sale has come to 1/4. If you pay the 1/4 amount, then he will give you the full knowledge. I said, how can he reciprocal? It's not proportionate. I said, when you are giving half, he was giving you half. And when you are giving 1/4, he is giving full. That's the thing, he said. He is very magnanimous, you see. That's the point. I said, for all such people who think they can purchase truth, they cannot achieve it. You cannot purchase it. You cannot pay for your Kundalini awakening. No. Nor you should take any payment for that. Self-realization is absolutely the divine grace. And you cannot take money for that. You cannot sell it. It's not so cheap to be sold. If you understand that, then the Mahalakshmi power works. And Mahalakshmi power is really meant for people who are genuine seekers, who are really seeking genuinely. It acts and works so well that they achieve a kind of a very, very spontaneous realization. This spontaneous realization, you all have got it. You don't have to go to Himalayas, you don't have to do anything like that. All those things are over, you have done it. In your previous lives, you must have done it. Now you don't have to do anything. You are getting it just sitting down here. Wherever you are in the whole world, you can get it. And it is spreading very fast. Now it's also the duty of Sahaja-yogis to spread Sahaja Yoga. So it's best is always ask her to help you on individual basis, on a national basis, maybe on a collective basis, or maybe on a global basis. That's what she exists everywhere. She is globally available. Anywhere you may be having any color, any race, any nation, anything. But she exists within you all the time, and to worship her and to awaken her is only your due that you have to do. If she is awakened within you, you will be a humble person. You will see what mistakes you have been committing, and you will feel bad about it. You will not feel guilty, but you will feel bad that I will never do such a thing. I have done very great wrong. And then you will try to correct it. All this works out very well when you are pure in your heart. Your heart should be pure. If your heart is not pure, if you are doing Sahaja Yoga to have some competition with others or with some sort of material achievements, it will not work. You have to do it in a way that is an innocent act, that you are worshipping your mother like a little child worships and loves his mother. It's a very simple relationship which all of us have failed. How we should love our mother and how we should be under her guidance and under her protection. That is something very simple you have known in your childhood, and that childhood has to come back in you if you really worship the mother. May God bless you.
தொடர்ந்து கவனத்தை எமது சஸ்திரத்தில் வைத்திருப்போம். ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி, எனது இருதயத்தில் வாருங்கள். எனது இருதயத்தை தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள். முழுமையாக தூய்மைப்படுத்துங்கள். அதில் நேர்மையை எனக்கு தாருங்கள். நேர்மையான இதயம், திறந்த இதயம், வெளிப்படையான இதயம், பயமில்லாத இதயம், மற்றவர்களோடு மனம் திறந்து பேசும் இதயம், சந்தேகமில்லாத இதயம், களங்கமில்லாத ஸ்ரீ கணேசரின் குழந்தை உள்ளம் கொண்ட இதயத்தை எனக்கு தாருங்கள். இப்பொழுது இன்னும் ஒரு சிறிய உரை, ஒரு 2 நிமிட உரை, ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜியின் இன்னொரு உரையை நாம் கேட்போம். இதயத்தை பற்றியது.
So to love God is even more difficult. Without seeing Him, without knowing Him, without knowing His bounties, without getting realization, it is very difficult. But today that is not the case. But still you have to have no fear in your mind. Trust. You trust yourself and trust others. First of all, try to trust yourself. If you have made mistakes, you have to say, yes, I have made mistakes, all right. So what? Trust yourself that you can correct yourself also.
Trusting doesn't mean blind ego trip. It does not mean that. Trust means that yes, I can correct myself. I can improve. I can do better. Some people think that if you trust yourself, then you should never confess anything that you have done wrong. That you should never say that it was wrong and I can correct. This is a wrong idea. You have to trust yourself by saying that yes, I have done mistakes, I have been doing wrong, I have been faltering, but I can correct. I have that strength within me. I can rise above all these things. I have that thing within me which I can use to my advantage. Trust yourself. Trust that you are realized. Trust that God loves you, that He has chosen you to be His instrument. Love yourself. You are unique, no doubt. As it is human beings, every individual is a unique person. But after realization, you are definitely a unique person. It never means ego trip. One has to use discretion about understanding. It never means ego trip. If you cannot correct yourself, you are not master of yourself. Yes, you are not perfect. You are unique, but you are not perfect. You have to perfect yourself. These words can be very confusing. When I say you are unique, immediately you think you are perfect. These are two words, unique and perfect. Somebody can be unique, but he can have imperfections. So you have to perfect yourself. And trust in yourself that you can perfect yourself through your Kundalini awakening, clearing your chakras. By understanding yourself, you can perfect yourself. You have to perfect. I have so many ways I tell you. Directly, sometimes indirectly, through friends, somehow point out that this is the problem with you. You should think that I am within you. I am that part within you which is discretion. When you do not understand your own discretion, I try to give you the direction by this way or that way. But people feel hurt, people feel bad, or some of them accept it. If you are seekers and if you are ascending, you are definitely unique, or especially blessed, and you have to pay special attention to yourself. You can't afford to play with yourself. So you have to discriminate between ego or ego trips as they call it and ascent. Ego trips bring you back with the worst hurting. It would be something like throwing you in the air and again you come back with a bump and break one of your necks or something like that. That's what ego trip is. But ascent is where you really rise above. Not only that you rise, but with you, you make others rise. In your ascent, you develop tremendous powers. The higher you ascend, the better it is. But not by understanding that I am perfect, you can ascend. Never so. There's a story of a teacher and his student. The teacher was very kind to the student when he would come and show him his creations. He was very kind to him. And every time he would say that I have done this good and this is the thing that I have not been able to do. So will you please tell me how to correct it? And the teacher would say, yes, good. You better correct this part. Then do this. One day, the student came and said, now, this is perfect. He said, you are no more student now. So he said, no more. You are not to come to me anymore. There was another student who was coming every day and correcting himself. And he told to his teacher that today I think I can teach others, but not yet perfect. He said, all right, you go and teach. The third one was a student who came, and he was always trying to see what was the mistake and how he has to correct, and how he worked very hard, very assiduous, very hard working. And he came to his teacher one day and he said, sir, I will not trouble you anymore now. He said, true, now you take my seat. That is what one has to understand. You ascend, you will become humbler. It is just the other way around, people understand. You see, when they ascend, they think we have achieved some special powers. I don't know, suddenly self-certification starts, you see. I'm very good in spirituality, I'm very high up and all that. This self-certificate starts. And then it can reach such a point that suddenly you found you are on the earth again. This kind of thing is not the way it works out. Actually, the people who ascend, there are certain qualities that show on them. The first thing is your collectivity. How collective you are. With how many people you can carry on. At how many things you can laugh. That is one of the biggest qualities. The second quality is that how much you accept another's domination, who cuts down your collectivity. You must have your personality separate from everyone. If you allow others to cut your personality, say for example, there's a boss and you are the employee, and the boss is not realized soul and you are a realized soul. Or maybe both are realized souls. Take it like that. And one of them is ascending. Then he becomes humbler, he becomes better, there are congenial relationships. But to a point. He will never compromise with his boss when it comes to his ascent, to his collectivity, to his giving, to his doing things for others. On that point, he'll never have any domination, because how much you feel responsible about yourself is the second point. How much you are responsible to be there, to be a cell in the heart. Any cell that fails the heart. Every cell in the heart has to be extremely sensitive and extremely obedient to the self, to the spirit. It has to activate, work harder when there is need, there is emergency. And it enjoys the most. And no impurity should be allowed. The third point now. As I told you, first is collectivity, secondly your responsibility. And third point is purity. Purity of your own heart, first of all. Of your own heart, about sincerity, cunningness. As I am saying this, you will be realizing that all Englishmen believe in the contrary. Nowadays, not olden times, but nowadays. Clean heart, transparent, open heart. Trust others. Talk to everyone with an open heart. Trust others. Why do you doubt? If you do not doubt yourself, you will not doubt others. What are they going to take away from you? What have you got? Nobody can take away your nose, eyes, nothing. It's all quite intact. It's all nicely glued down. So nothing is going to disappear. What are they going to hurt to a person who is a realized soul? If your heart is clean, you can see the other person clearly through and through. Innocence is such a powerful thing that even a glance is sufficient to kill a Satan. Purity of heart. Actually, when the heart becomes impure, the impurity flows down to other places. It is not the other way round. It's from the heart. Many people believe that it's the body that becomes impure. I think it is the heart which becomes really impure, and then it starts trickling down to the body, and then it is residual there, it settles down there. So have a clean, open heart like a child's heart. Open heart. What is there to be afraid of anyone? What is there not to trust anyone? What is there to be angry with anyone? Talk to everyone, shake hands with everyone, be nice to everyone. On the way you find somebody's difficulty, give him a hand. If somebody cannot sit properly or has a problem, you try to remove the problem. If the person cannot stand, give the place. Try to give from your clean heart. If your heart is not clean, it can never give. Now, how do you clean the heart? It's the subject which Felicity wanted me to discuss, is how to clean the heart. There is no broom available for that in the supermarket. There are no fairy liquids or anything to wash it down. But there is a way. Allow your heart to be drenched in your mother's love. Just allow. See how much she loves you. I trust you. People laugh at me sometimes. Some of these saints who are supposed to be very great people, they can't understand how I trust you. They say that, oh, these are all lost traces. These are horrible people. How do you trust them? They are not sannyasis, they are not sadhus, they are nothing. They are ordinary people. For them, your value is Nothing. If you go to them, they will make you stand on your head for 3 months. For 3 years they may hang you on a well. I don't know what they will do to test you. But I trusted you the day I saw you. The day you came to me, I trusted you. And I've worked on you from the very first day, knowing what you are, but I trust your spirit, that it would shine. In the same way, trust. We laugh at others. I've seen Sahajogis laugh at others, make fun of them when they come to. Trust them. When you will trust them, you will respect them also. So you have to believe in yourself and enjoy the way gently you are sweeping into the current of your mother's love. Just enjoy that. Like a flower that falls into the current and flows and enjoys all the beauties of that current. In the same way, you should enjoy. When that enjoyment comes into you, you will start trusting. And trust your mother. I try many things to correct you, but trust in one thing, that whatever I try for you or do anything I may do for you, it is just to clean you. That's my job. May sometimes you might feel I'm publicly saying things for you. Maybe your images are being ruined by that, or whatever you may think. That's not the way. Is for your hita, is for the well-being of your spirit. And that is the most difficult job. With all this, trust in your heart. First trust yourself, trust others, other Sahajogis. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Who is your neighbor? He is a Sahajogi. Stand by. And trust your mother. As I have trusted you, you have to trust me. And it will work out. Open your heart to this trust. You should not worry whether it would be protocolish all right or not, whether it would be absolutely respectable or not. Because heart knows. Whatever your heart will do in its genuine form will be respectable, because there resides your spirit which manifests. That will look after. By outer forms, whatever you try, it's not going to work. It is that trust in your loving heart that is going to. It doesn't matter. You see, today she brought some flowers. There were some supposed to be weeds, according to her. She went to the station, and there she was taking some flowers out. And the station master and his wife were very sweet. And they said, "Oh, go ahead. They are only weeds. You can have them." And they are so fragrant. One of the most fragrant flowers I have ever seen. They are just weeds. They do not conform to any formal flowers, but just few flowers attached to other flowers were most fragrant. Love gives all the sophistication and the fragrance and all the breeding that is required. Not talking of love, but freely loving is the way. It's most enjoyable.
மிகவும் அருமையான உரைகள். அன்னையின் அன்பு மற்றும் எவ்வாறு நாம் எமது இதயத்தை திறப்பது. தன்னம்பிக்கையோடு நாம் எமது அன்னையிலும் முழு நம்பிக்கையோடு நாம் எம்மை முழுமையாக திறப்போம். தாயே, நான் என்னை முழுமையாக சரணடைகின்றேன். எனது நற்குணங்களுக்காக நான் தங்களிடம் இதயபூர்வமான நன்றியை நான் தெரிவிக்கின்றேன். ஆனால் எனக்குள் இன்னும் மறைந்திருக்கும் தீயவை, அவற்றையும் நான் தங்களிடம் சரணடைகின்றேன். அவற்றை வெளிக்கொண்டு வாருங்கள், எனது கவனத்துக்கு வெளிக்கொண்டு வாருங்கள். நான் அவற்றை எதிர்கொண்டு வெற்றி கொள்வேன். தாங்கள் இருக்கும் வரை எனக்கு எந்த பயமும் இல்லை. தங்கள் அருளால் எனது இருதயம் முழுமையான தூய்மையானது. எனது இருதயம் தங்கள் அன்பால் நிறைந்தது. அந்த அன்பு முழு உலகுக்கும் பரவ எங்களுக்கு உங்களுடைய ஆசீர்வாதத்தை தந்தருளுங்கள் தாயே. சிறிது நேரம் தொடர்ந்து தியானத்தில் இருப்போம்.
त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम हृदयं समर्पयामि प्राणं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मिमातः सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम त्वमेव साक्षात् हरिप्रिया त्वमेव मा वागीश्वरी त्वमेव साक्षात् हरिप्रिया त्वमेव मा वागीश्वरी महादुर्गा महाकाली महामाया महेश्वरी भाग्यं समर्पयामि कर्मं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मिमातः सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम स्वयं साध्या स्वयं सिद्धि स्वयं सिद्धा स्वयं प्रभा स्वयं साध्या स्वयं सिद्धि स्वयं सिद्धा स्वयं प्रभा सुगुणरत्ना सुकृतकृता सुमतिगङ्गा समोज्ज्वला मानं समर्पयामि गानं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मिमातः सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अनिर्वचनीय आनन्दी सुखकरिणी दुःखहारिणी अनिर्वचनीय आनन्दी सुखकरिणी दुःखहारिणी योगसंस्थापनार्थाय अविरलविश्वविहारिणी सङ्घं समर्पयामि पुण्यं समर्पयामि तव पादपद्मिमातः सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तिमिरावृता दिशाहीना आत्मस्य पापनाशिनी
பொழுது அமைதியாக நாம் நமது குண்டலினி அணி எழுப்பி கவசம் இட்டுக்கொள்வோம்.
Left hand has to be put in front like that, and the right hand is to be turned in a clockwise manner. Let's do it. Like that, you start moving it up, take it up like this, take it up, push back your head and loosen your shoulders and give it a twist. Now you tie it up there. One. You'll see the result just now, the proof of it. Now again do it. Take it up, push back, give another time. Now the third one has to be 3 times you have to tighten. Again do it. It's very simple. Everybody can do it. 1, 2, and 3. Like this. And give a kind of a protection to your aura. Now 1, this one protection to the 7 centers, so 7. Then 2, then again the 3, then the 4, then the 5, all the centers, then to the 6, and then to the 7.
கேஷு மாதச்சி வணக்கம் எல்லோருக்கும். இப்பொழுது நாம் நமது ஃபேஸ்புக் ஒளிபரப்பை நிப்பாட்டுகிறோம். மற்றும் ஜூமில் இருப்பவர்கள்